Morning, children. How are you? I hope you are all fine. You are doing well. I want everyone to complete the assignments. Children, we are dealing the lesson current electricity. So this is the last part of the lesson. Be attentive and listen the lesson carefully. And if you have any pending assignments of this lesson, please try to complete. Okay, children. So in the last part of the lesson, what we have learned that resistivity is a proportionality constant and it is also called a specific resistance or resistivity. And we have learned about few factors where specific resistance depends and whereas the resistance depends. And we have come across in such a way that resistivity of a substance is numerically equal to the resistance of any material when the material is of 1 meter long and 1 square meter in cross section. I hope you have remembered all this in the last part. So today we are going to continue with the next part of our lesson. So these different materials, whatever we discuss, depends on temperature as well as nature. Already we have covered in the characteristics or the factors affecting resistivity that resistivity depends upon temperature and nature of the material. So basing on the resistivity, we can divide the materials into these three types: the conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. When you come to the conductors, it's all nothing but metals and alloys. Metals like copper, aluminium, and silver, platinum, they have a large number of free electrons. So, as such, they have a small resistivity. When you come to case of alloys such as nichrome, manganese, so resistivity is more than that of its constant metals. Okay, and one more here. When you come to the semiconductors, they possess a very few electrons and as such they possess greater resistivity. Okay, the examples like a silicon and germanium. When you come to the insulators, they have practically no free electrons and such they have a higher resistivity. Like examples like a rubber, glass, like that we can consider. And one more note point you have to remember like that is silver is the best conductor of electricity as its resistivity is very low in the tabular form when we are going to discuss about that. And the values of resistivity of a material determine their conductivity. So one more point you have to remember in such a way that metals with a low resistivity behave as a good conductors. So that metals like copper are therefore used for making electrical wires. So children, in the picture you have a resistivity of various materials. Already I have discussed like the materials like conductors, semiconductors and insulators in the order of these also in such a way. Okay. And when you see the resistivity values of each material and that too at 20 degrees Celsius only because we know that resistivity is depends upon the temperature. So from the table, when you see the copper resistivity value is 1.68 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. So already I told the definition when I started my class for resistivity when it is numerically equal to resistance. Keeping that in the mind, just listen. The resistivity of a copper is 1.68 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. We say that if we take a rod of copper metal which is of 1 meter long and 1 square meter in area of cross section, then its resistance will be 1.68 into 10 power minus 8 ohm meter. And if you observe the tabular form in such a way, if it is a good conductor of electricity, it should possess a low resistivity. And if it is a poor conductor of electricity, it will possess a high resistivity. So that's all you have to remember from this. So from that you can identify which is a conductor, which is a semiconductor, and which is your insulator. So you see the 10 powers, children. So when you come to the insulators, the 10 powers are positive. When you come to the conductors, 10 powers are minus 8. When you come to the semiconductors like a germanium and all, it is of 10 power minus 6. So you have to observe this tabular form and decide. So which is the conductor, which is the semiconductor as well as the insulator. So children, we are going to discuss about different materials, whatever you have seen in the table form. We use copper and aluminium wires for the transmission of electricity because copper and aluminium have a low resistivity, and you go with the resistivity of alloys like nichrome and manganese are much higher than the resistivity of pure metals. Okay, and the values of resistivity of insulators like air, rubber, glass are very high. And when you come to the resistivity of a semiconductor materials like silicon and germanium are more than that of metals but less than that of insulators. So on the whole, just for the table of form what we have discussed. So up to now, we have discussed about various materials in the list. So because of their resistivity values, it has wide applications. So we are going to discuss one after the other. So first comes your tungsten. Tungsten, it has a high melting point, nearly 3422 degrees Celsius, and has a high resistance. Okay, because of this, this tungsten is used as a filament in the electrical bulb. Filament means this tungsten is made into a thin wire. Okay, so how this filament helps in the electric bulb? Because of its high resistance, apart from high melting point, this filament produces more heat and becomes incandescent, which is hot enough to emit light. So, so this is the reason why this tungsten is used as a filament in the electrical bulb. So when it comes to nichrome, it is an alloy of nickel, chromium, manganese, and a small percentage of iron is also there. It has a high resistivity and a high melting point. As such, it is used as a heating element or a heating coil in the heating devices such as electric heater, electric iron, and electric toaster, etc. The few points you have to remember about nichrome. Nichrome has a very high resistivity due to which heating element made up of nichrome has a high resistance and it produces a lot of heat on passing current. And one more point that nichrome does not undergo oxidation or burn easily even at high temperatures. Due to this, the nichrome wire can be kept red hot without burning or breaking in air. So the 2 points you have to remember why nichrome is used as a heating element in the electrical devices. So electrical devices means you have to remember heating devices, children. Okay. So here the material is magnanin. Already we have come across this magnanin while we have studied the factors affecting the resistance. There I have used this material. So it has a moderate resistivity and which is almost independent of temperature. So such materials are used to make resistance wire. Already we have come across about the resistors. We know what are resistors. The material which offers resistance and which are used in electronic appliances to reduce the current in an so when it comes to tin lead alloy, it has a low resistivity and a no melting point. And as such, it is used as a fuse wire in electrical or electric circuits. So fuse wire is used as a safety device and it is put in series in the electrical circuit. When the current in the circuit becomes more than a particular value, the fuse wire is melted and the circuit is open. Thereby, the other whatever the gadgets or electrical devices, they are saved. The picture related to various types of fuses. Maybe the fuse which is used in commercial complex or in the household. We find different varieties of fuses. When it is related to copper and aluminium, these metals possess low resistivity and as such are generally used in electrical circuits in transmission lines. Since aluminium is lighter than copper, it is preferred to copper for long range transmission of power. And one more point before getting into the semiconductors is the resistivity of semiconductors like germanium and silicon is in between those of conductors and insulators. So semiconductors are used to make diodes, transistors, and integrated circuits are nothing but ICs. So ICs are used in all sorts of electronic devices, including computer, TV, and mobile phones. etc. Children, what are you seeing? The picture is semiconductor devices. So in any electronic device, we find these all components, children, like OP amp, that means output amplifier, resistor, capacitor, diodes, ICs, integrated circuits, okay, and transistors. So all these are the components where we can find in all the electronic devices like a TV, computer, mobile phone, etc. Actually, in detail, no need to study. That's only for showing. Just I have kept this picture. Don't worry about these components in depth. You are going to learn in one of in your senior classes. So, children, in today's class, we have learned about resistivity of different materials, how they are used. Okay. So, with this, I conclude today's class. So, children, please try to complete the assignment given.